Northeast Regional Minister calls for attitudinal change in residents to help fight against sanitation challenges in the area. And Kumbungu district in the northern region holds first ever bicycle riding competition. Coming up on the foreign front, more cases of COVID reported in 24 hours in South Africa. These stories and many more others coming up shortly in the bulletin. Do stay with us. You can also join the bulletin live on Facebook, Instagram, and all other social media platforms, ZATV Ghana. Let's get started. First ever community cycle riding competition has been held at Dalong in the Kumbungu district of the northern region. The competition brought together 10 communities. Selected 18 cyclists from the communities converged at the Dalong RC Primary School Park to embark on the cycling on Friday from Dalong to Kumbungu, a distance of 10 kilometers. Both elderly and young at Dalong besieged the park to catch a glimpse of the cyclists amid cheers of their favorites. The competition among communities in the district. It was also to encourage the people to exercise their bodies through riding, an alternative coping strategy in the midst of increasing fuel prices in the country. The competition was an initiative of Simile Radio at Dalong with a support empowerment program, and it was started with Dalong.
A 22-year-old Zakaria Abdul Rashid emerged the winner of the competition using 32 minutes to cover a distance of 10 kilometers. The winner, who has been riding from Kumbungu to Dalong on a daily basis, gave other cyclists a wide gap from Kumbungu to Dalong, with his supporters cheering him on. He went home with a brand new 32-inch plasma TV set, whilst the second and third runner-ups were given HD plus decoders and mobile phones. Consolation prizes were given to the competitors. Next year's competition, according to organizers, will attract brand new motorbikes, among other prizes. The Kumbungu best cyclist had this to say.
To Mr. Fatau, no competition, Shalmana. Yaman can to can car sports, my brapulan to occasion Shalya, a yakanum da organizer. So Kandam Bandil, so got Lanka water bandmap.
Harry Abdul Fatau explained to the media why his outfit supported the cycling.
This competition has actually been a very interesting thing, and we considered a number of factors before agreeing to organize this, because we look at when we talk about bicycle race or cycling, I mean, what comes to the mind first? Many people have the perception that people who are riding bicycles are people who cannot afford, but that is not the case, because health is a valuable asset. And so we want to encourage people. There are a number of benefits related to cycling or bicycle. When you talk about the health benefits, and then you talk about economical aspect of it, and then also the fun aspect of it. The last couple of weeks, I have to outclass me, but we considered the benefits related to it, and then people are more like, when you see people gathered like this, it's either after a football match or cultural music and dance. But we decided that we use this bicycle race to bring people together. So we considered unifying the people, creating peace among the people, and also the health benefits of riding bicycle, and also the economical aspect. Because you look at the current situation in the world, fuel not only in Ghana, it's everywhere in the world. And everybody, it's almost everybody who has motorbikes. And then people are complaining of fuel prices being increased, yet they are buying fuel. For smaller distance or short distances, they are using motorbikes. So we ask ourselves, why don't we go back to bicycle? why don't we practice the use of bicycle again? Unless, of course, maybe you are going for a longer distance, then use your motorbike. But for shorter distance, from your house to the farm, from your house to another house within the same community, people should be able to use bicycles. So we are trying to encourage people to consider the economic aspect of it, the benefits related in terms of health, and then practice the use of bicycle so that our pockets will be saved and also stay away from the doctor in terms of health benefits.
Acting Sub-District Leader and in charge of the Long Health Center, Alidu Jamaldeen, told the news that malaria, respiratory infection, and acute gastroenteritis are common conditions that causes diarrhea and are among the top 10 diseases in the area. He encouraged residents to exercise regularly.
Of late, we don't do exercises. And cycling, if you are not somebody that can endure, you can't ride a bicycle. So it's very, very important. And I wish this trend could continue. You know, like I said when we're doing the presentation, like when you are a fan of doing exercises, it pushes a doctor or it keeps you away from the doctor frequently. So it's more or less like exercise in itself is something that can give you health.
Now, supporters of MPP Regional Youth Organizer hopeful Alhaji Mumin Salifu COP have accused the incumbent Mohammed Al-Hassan Ghana of engaging in diabolic tactics to court the sympathy of delegates in the upcoming Northern Regional Delegates Conference of the party later this month. They say the alleged defacing and destruction of the current youth organizers' campaign posters and banners in many parts of the regional capital could be a deliberate attempt to smear his contenders' party of delegates.
The youth organizer last week posted on Facebook the unfortunate incidents of unscrupulous people defacing and destroying his campaign posters and banners in many parts of the regional capital. He was quick to add that his team is not accusing any of his opponents as being the masterminds behind it. But addressing a news conference yesterday, spokesperson of the group, Ishaku Abdul Hanan, condemned in no uncertain terms the disfiguring of the posters and banners. He, however, suspected the incident might be a deliberate ploy by the regional youth organizer to get the sympathy of delegates and warned the use of what he described as a modern type of politicking to get sympathy, which is dead on arrival.
We have taken notice of images making round on social media where unscrupulous people have destroyed billboards and posters belonging to our brother Ghana Al-Hassan, who is our contender and the current Northern Regional Youth Organizer of the MPP. We wish to condemn and offer advice to those behind this wicked act which can mar the beauty of our internal government. The MPP is a big family where we believe in the rule of law. Great attempts by the incompetent regional youth organizer to seek sympathy from the delegates because all indications have shown that he has lost the election already with his incompetence. That we are sending a word of caution to him that if he is the mastermind behind this outmoded type of politicking to court sympathy from the disgruntled youths and delegates, then his agenda is dead and failed before our election. Equally suffered the same fate, whereas our giant billboard around the agri-traffic light has been destroyed severally. But we are too focused to make it a topic for discussion. Ghana Al-Hassan was voted into power to man the affairs of the youth wing of our dear party in the Northern region, which he failed. We are poised in building up a formidable youth front with Alhaji Mumin Siobi.
Now, the Northeast Regional Minister Yidana Zakaria has called for attitudinal change in Ghanaians to help in the fight against sanitation challenges confronting the nation. He said the rate at which filth was causing outbreak of diseases and death among Ghanaians was alarming and underscored the need for all Ghanaians to make efforts in fighting head-on the menace. He made the call at the Regional Environmental Health Unit annual review meeting in Waliwali.
Ghana's economy loses 420 million cedis each year, which is equivalent to 290 million US dollars, 1.6% of GDP each year due to poor sanitation. According to a report released by World Bank's Water and Sanitation Program, health-related costs accounted for nearly 19% of the total economic cost, while access, time and productivity losses accounted for about 7%. The study also found 4.8 million Ghanaians have no latrines at all and defecate in the open, and that the poorest quintile is 22 times more likely to practice open defecation than the richest. The World Health Organization has also revealed that a child dies every minute from malaria, which was caused by mosquitoes that breed and multiply in filthy environment. Another report from UNICEF has also shown that 82,000 children die before they attain age 5 due to improper sanitation conditions in the country. In view of this, Mr. Yidana has therefore urged residents of Northeast region to practice proper personal hygiene. The meeting, which was in collaboration with global communities and NGO, was to ascertain progress made so far in all 6 districts in the region. It is also to assist poor communities to gain access to clean water, latrines, and waste management, among others. The Deputy Chief of Party at Global Communities, Dominic Dapa, called for a need for every household to get latrines to prevent open defecation.
Now, for close to 5 years, Nakpandure Post Office has been abandoned by Ghana Post. The post office has turned into a hub of bats and other harmful reptiles. Residents say they do not have any idea why the facility has been left to rot. They lament that the non-functioning of the post office has rendered some of their people jobless. There is more in the following report. By our news team to the facility saw weeds and rubbish take over its premises. Louver blades of its windows are broken, ceilings shattered, with some parts of the roof being ripped off. The once functioning post office has now turned into a hub of bats and other harmful reptiles. According to our sources, the facility has been abandoned for over 3 years now. Community members in Napanduri say they do not have any clue what led to the abandonment of the post office. Assembly member for Napanduri Central, Mr. Dalut, said efforts have been made by the Bunkurugu Assembly but did not succeed. He said a meeting between the DCE for Bunkurugu and the Ghana Post authorities did not yield any positive conclusion. According to him, authorities of the Ghana Post want the Assembly to lead the process of revamping the post office while they give support, something the Assembly have failed to do till now.
We made, before 2021 year, myself and the coordinating director made a move to Tamale to meet the authority of Ghana Post. After meeting with them, we thought it wise that the place is being abandoned and there are so many things that we want the facility to be put on or to be used for. But they told us that when they came to put up the post or the building, the district assembly, the then district chief executive never gave them a helping hand, and for that matter, they wouldn't want to release it to the district. But we will try again to maybe use it for an alternative, maybe use it for anything.
There are other projects that have been left to waste in Nakpanduri which could have been of benefit to the community. He cited the German and Greek residents and cottages as some of the facilities that could have been refurbished and used for other purposes in the area.
There are other facilities that the people of Nakpanduri can count on to use it for other purposes. For example, we have the German Agric. The Germans came in the early 80s after the 83 famine and built offices and their residents. It has been abandoned. We have a post office that is being abandoned by Ghana Post. And there are many other facilities. Then Agric cottages has been abandoned just because Agric allow us use some of those facilities to turn it into libraries, maybe commercial centers where people can rent, and we can take tools from them to develop the place. It will not be
attacks on home soil, yet Ghana has been so close to terrorism. Already, the report said more than 13 Ghanaians are believed to have traveled to fight with terrorist groups since 2015. Up to 23 others have been dissuaded from leaving to join extremist groups.
Ghana's first recorded case was Nasir Alemanote, a young university graduate who shockingly left the country in August 2015 to join ISIS before sending a message back to his parents to announce his newfound cause. The report says he was killed in Syria by April 2016. Professor Kofi Awuno, a renowned Ghanaian poet and academic, was killed in the Westgate Mall attack in Nairobi, Kenya, when Al-Shabaab fighters besieged the mall, but also off Ivory Coast, Benin, and Togo recently. With all its direct neighbors under attack, Ghana has descending from the Sahel. Ghana has descended in the last 5 years, even though the fatality numbers are presently down from the peak of over 7,200 in the region in 2014. The threat has increased in complexity and geographical spread. Today, 53% of all ECOWAS now being encircled by the threat. These developments are dangerous for Ghana. The report added that Ghana's proximity to these countries, Burkina Faso to the north, Benin and Togo to the east and Ivory Coast to the west, exposes the country to extremist recruitment or attacks, or both. It further states that the unending Woku chieftaincy conflict, the economic tensions in northern Ghana, and the unresolved child separatists in the eastern border regions amplify the risk.
You're still live here on ZA Media News, live on ZA TV. We're going for a short break that will return with more news. Stay with us.
So now so yela pam makanka na tafon ba nda cha la word di bakra kan so na lambe duma na yule music awo so man kan esi to kusizi yim ka duma no tulum ka so kan ye yuani vip karla kan dadi kan de bona so ma kan ye esi sa mangle
esi mathematical different models timali 1.5 2.0 2.5 na ko be ni TCL no boom eligible Samsung Asus was abian but timali dinye hall be bedroom den kabora den no ko yi yam garo wan kana chong na alanka problem
I'm impressed. Minute to ta.
Gadam. Check out in Amin Price.
Amin Price only in the Camden between the Malaya. Those are the air conditioner man do Kasuni Yan in the try. Or come till the 1 year grant. Diku Sam, I am Zamana, Cotamaleta. High air conditioner, man. I did this service of God below, sir. You are Maya Tomuya. We shall complain.
Hey, double. Yo, Chama. Yeah, Mr. Amin Pras. Me, I will call you Amin Jahu. Double friend out to me, so Imbala TV. TV shall the mal swag. Man, total 75 or 65 for the hall. Then maybe got a smaller one like 40, 32 inches for the bedroom. So Imbala 75 man, and then smaller one for the bedroom. Yeah, come on, 7. No problem. Come on.
I'm building the Abakan from Kabulgadia.
Amin Pras Enterprise. I just came from yours. One.
Amin Pras, the best.
Amin Pras Enterprise. Allah Hayele Chama WhatsApp. Understand.
Hey, skiddy.
Yeah.
You welcome back from that short breather. Let's do other stories. And the Executive Council of the Senior Staff Association, University for Development Studies, Tamale, has announced its intention to embark on an indefinite industrial strike on Thursday, May 12, 2022. This follows the university's management failure to respect and implement the prudent professional recommendations of the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission on the concerns of senior staff association in relation to qualification requirements for the progression and upgrading 2021, and we are expecting to speak with the chairman of the Senior Staff Association of University. But the details of University for Development Studies, Tamale, shall embark on an indefinite industrial strike May 12, Thursday, 2022, and their reasons are contained as follows: the university's management failure to respect and implement the prudent professional recommendations of the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission (GTEC) on the concerns of Senior Staff Association in capricious applications of administrative rules by some heads within the university, and provoke unprofessional intimidation, undesirable frustrations and attritions, leading to a series of regrettable, unfortunate and painful resignations born out of deep-seated psychological trauma and emotions by some members of the senior staff cadre with huge institutional memory and experiences. Now, delays in attending to promotion applications corresponding to successful interviewee and withholding of issuance of promotion appointment of some members of the senior staff in its explicitly bizarre circumstances, failure to apply notion dates to successful senior staff interviewee as done to senior members, and also finally of the concerns lack of coordination and cooperation between management and union leaders, coupled with threats against union executives with the highest form of impunity, watering down the mouthpiece inalienable in Zimbabwe, have ordered banks to stop lending with immediate effect on Saturday. According to the government, the decision was taken to stop speculation against the Zimbabwean dollar and was part of a raft of measures to stop its rapid devaluation on the black market. Zimbabwe reintroduced a local currency in 2019 after abandoning it in 2009 when it was hit by hyperinflation. President Emerson Mnangagwa accused and named speculations of borrowing Zimbabwe dollar at a low inflation interest rate and using the money to trade in foreign exchange. The devaluation of the Zimbabwe dollar's black market exchange rate has been driven up inflation. Year-on-year inflation reached 96.4% in April from 6% in January. In 24 hours. According to the official figures released on Thursday, the National Institute for Communicable Disease counted 9,757 new cases of COVID-19 in the country, 50% more than the 6,170 new cases counted in the country on Wednesday. 64 new deaths were also reported. More than a quarter of the people tested had a positive result, the highest rate recorded in months. COVID-19 has also claimed the Center for Epidemic Response and Innovation warned late April that South Africa, the country officially the most affected, 8 million cases and over 100,000 deaths. 2 new Omicron sub-variants whose virulence has yet to be determined are causing the new wave of COVID-19 pandemic in South Africa, according to the World Health Organization. And on that note, the curtains down to this afternoon's bulletin. But before I take leave of you, stories. Executive Council of Senior Staff Association of University for Development Studies announced its intention to embark on an indefinite industrial strike on Thursday, May 12, 2022. Northeast Regional Minister calls for attitudinal change in resident sanitation challenges. And Kumbungu District in Northern Region holds its first ever bicycle riding competition. On the foreign front, as you heard, 50% more cases of COVID reported in 24 hours in South Africa. We're grateful that you made time with us this afternoon. Visit zanews.com for more news update. My name is Jonas Biaurbi. Have a good afternoon.